Very good morning, my dear student. We have started the lesson components of food. We have discussed the main nutrients, that is carbohydrates, fats, protein, vitamins and minerals. These are the 5 important nutrients which are very important for our body. Am I right? Along with this, we also need roughage and water. These two components also plays an important role in our body. Let's learn about the roughage. Now what is the roughage? Roughage is nothing but the fibrous undigestible material present in our food, that is called as a roughage. The fibrous undigestible material means what? The which cannot be digested, the fiber like structure, that is called as a roughage, which is present in our body, that is called as a roughage. Roughage is not a nutrient. It is not a nutrient, but it is very important for our body. So what is the function of the roughage? It adds bulk to the food. Now what is meant by the bulk? It means weight. It adds a weight bulk to the food, which helps to get the undigested food material. It adds a bulk to the food which helps to remove the undigested food material from our body. Are you getting this? Then what is the next function of the roughage? It can absorb a great amount of water. Many foodstuffs which we eat have the more amount of the water. For example, the fruits such as watermelon, apple, yes or no, it has a water in it. So such a food to absorb the great amount, it helps to absorb the more amount of water from this material, so that it helps to retain the more amount of water in our body. Are you getting this? So these are the two main functions of the roughage. So which are the sources? From where do we get this roughage? Yes, the most important source is from the salad. If we are having the salad, then we can get a roughage. Then vegetables, fruits, these are the main sources of roughage. Are you getting this? So roughage is nothing but the fibrous undigestible material present in our food, that is called as a roughage. Are you getting this? Along with the roughage, the important is water. Now you know water is very important to survive. Am I right? It is essential for our life. So water is very important. It plays a important role in our body too. It plays a very important role in our body. So what are the function of the water? Let's learn. It transports the substance, nutrient inside our body. See, if we are drinking, when you are having the food, we drink water. Am I right? What is the function? It transports the substance. Whatever we eat, it gives the substance inside our body and nutrient inside our body. Are you getting this? Then it regulates, the second function is it regulates the temperature of our body by sweating. See, nowadays you are getting a sweat, yes or no? We are having a lot amount of sweating during the summer season, and we drink a lot amount of the water too. Am I right? Why does it happen? Because it helps to regulate the temperature. It helps to keep the temperature normal. The water plays an important role. Then the third function of the water is it helps our body to absorb the nutrients from the food that we eat. Whatever the food we eat, for example, when we are eating, if we are eating fruits, vegetables, then it absorbs the most amount of the water from that and nutrient from the food we eat. Are you getting? So this is the main function of the water. So we have to drink at least 2 to 3 liters of the water in a day. Most of the water we get from the plain by drinking the plain drinking water, means whatever we drink we get by that we get the water through it. Am I right? And most of the water we get from the even from the tea, coffee we drink, and even from the fruits, vegetable we can get the water. Are you getting? So water plays an important role in our body. It is very essential for our life too. Now if we will not have the water, see, sometimes excess loss of the water by vomiting, by dysentery or diarrhea, we lose a lot amount of the water from our body. So such a process is called as a dehydration. What it is called? Dehydration. The excess loss of the water from our body is called as a dehydration. So doctor recommended you to take the ORS solution. Am I right? They give the electrolyte powder to the patient, and or sometimes if there is a more lost amount of the water from the body, then they directly give the saline. From the saline through they provide a glucose. So ORS, what is the full form of ORS? Oral rehydration. This is dehydration. The rehydration, we are going to collect it back. So rehydration solution. So we can ORS solution we can also prepare it from at home too. So what is the procedure? What we have to take? You have to take a 4 spoon of the sugar and 1 spoon of the salt in a 1 liter of a water, and you have to dissolve all this component together, and that in this way we can prepare the ORS solution at home. Are you getting this? So once again we will recall the points. Already we have discussed about the 5 main types of the nutrient. Along with this we need roughage and water. These are also 2 components which are essential for our life. Now roughage is actually it is not a nutrient. It is not a nutrient, but it plays a very important role in our body. It adds bulk to the food. Are you getting? Which helps to get a undigested food material to get out from our body. It absorbs a great amount of water. Are you getting this? So this was about the roughage, and the next component is water. Water is also important for our body. It helps for the transporting the substances and nutrients inside in our body. It regulates the temperature of our body. It helps our body to absorb the nutrients from the food that we eat. Are you getting this? And also along with this we have also discussed about if there is excess loss of the water from the body, it causes a dehydration, and because of the dehydration there is also a weakness. We are unable to stand too. Are you getting? So doctor suggests to take the ORS solution. Now what is ORS? Oral rehydration solution. So this solution we can also prepare it at home by taking a 1 liter of the water. In that we have to add 4 spoon of the sugar and 1 spoon of the salt, so that we can prepare the ORS solution at home. Are you getting this? So the next point is balanced diet. The next point, that is balanced diet. Now what is the first? Let's concentrate on what is a diet. Diet means what? The food we eat whole day. The food which we eat whole day is called as a diet. Now what is a balanced diet? See, we eat different types of the food in a whole day. We eat number of pulses. We eat the different types of the pulses, cereals, dals, fruits, vegetables. Am I right? We even eat some junk food during this whole day. But there should be a proper balance of this diet. Means let's learn about what is a balanced diet. A diet that contains the proper amount of nutrient. What is meant by the balanced diet? The diet that contains proper amount of nutrients, along with what do we need? See, what is nutrients? You know the different types of the nutrients are there. Carbohydrate, fats, protein, vitamins and minerals. These are the 5 main types of nutrients. Along with this, we also need roughage and water. Am I right? So, a diet that contains the proper amount of nutrient as well as along with the roughage and water, such a diet is called as a balanced diet. Such a diet is called as a balanced diet. This balanced diet helps us for the growth and development of our body. Are you getting this? And balanced diet, this diet also refers according to the ages of the person. Now see, how much the food I am eating, that much food you can't eat. Am I right? It depends on the age. Even how much the food I eat, that depends the person who is working, doing the physical activity. That much food if I will give, if whatever the percentage I am eating, and that percentage if I will give to the person who is doing the lot amount of the physical work such as labor work, if I will give that much amount to him, whether it will be enough for that particular person? No. So it depends on the particular person. So the diet also depends according to the age of the person. It also depends on the, suppose I am a girl and same age of the person, suppose you and your friend. The person, suppose a girl is eating suppose 1 chapati. Similarly the boy cannot eat the same chapati. That 1 chapati will be not enough for that same child. If the age is also same, but it will the same amount of the food, it will not be enough for the boys. Are you getting this? So it depends on the age of the person, the kind of the work the person is doing. Even it depends on the we can say the sex of the person, that is if it is a male or the female. Are you getting this? The balanced diet depends on the person doing the different types of the work, even the sex of the person, whether it is a male or a female. Are you getting this? So balanced diet is nothing but a diet which contains the proper amount of nutrient, along with we need roughage and water for the proper development of our body. Such a diet is called as a balanced diet. Now I have told you, now you are the very grown up children, am I right? You are growing, your height is growing. There is a more development of your body is going on inside your body, am I right? So you need a more amount of protein. The growing children need more amount of protein. Are you getting this? Then even the pregnant woman also need a more amount of the protein for the growth of the baby. And the person, those who are working, those who are doing the labor work, those who are working in a building construction work, the workers, they need a more amount of energy. Yes, because they do the physical activities, they do the physical work. Am I right? So they need a large amount of carbohydrates. They need a more amount of carbohydrates in the body to perform this physical work. So this depends on their the diet depends on the particular person, even the occupation, which type of the work they do. This diet depends on it. Are you getting this? So I hope you have understood about the balanced diet. The next point is loss of nutrient during cooking. Now see, if the cooking is done in an excess amount of water, if the cooking is done in excess amount of water, then we are going to lose a lot of vitamin. The water soluble vitamins we are going to lose it. So we have to avoid this excess amount of in a water. Now suppose if your mother is preparing any vegetable, if she is adding more amount of water, then it is going to lose a lot of nutrients. So we have to avoid the excess amount of cooking done in the water. Are you getting? Then if the cooking is done at a high temperature, if the cooking is done at a high temperature, then also we are going to lose the nutrients. So we should avoid the cooking should be done at a high temperature. The nutrients, most of the nutrients are lost during the high temperature. The third point is, once the vegetables are cut, once the vegetables are chopped, we should not wash that vegetable again. Before cutting, we have to wash the vegetable, but after cutting, if we will wash the vegetable, we are going to lose the nutrient. We are going to lose the nutrient. And repeated washing of the dal or the rice, it can also lose the nutrient. It can also lose the nutrient. I hope you have understood today's video. In today's video, we have learned about roughage, water. Along with that, we have learned about a balanced diet and loss of nutrient during cooking. When we are in the kitchen, what things we have to avoid it, that we have learned in the today's session. I hope you have understood it. Now, in the next video, we are going to learn about if we will not have such a type of the nutrients in our body, then what is going to be happen. That we are going to learn in the next video. That is called as a deficiency of diseases. Are you getting this? Thank you.